What is up, Star Wars fam? This is the 80s Transformers fan. You are watching George Reviews. Today on George Reviews, I'll be taking a look at SDCC exclusive Darth Maul and Speeder. It is the 25th anniversary edition of Episode 1. This Black Series package is done up in the original release colors of like the Sith with the red energy burst coming out with Darth Maul on the front of the package. It is a window box packaging. Pretty cool looking box. It is great for mint and box collectors, but I am going to get this guy open. But first, I like to tell a story to every toy I got, you know. And I truly believe every toy comes with a story. Most of my stories are tied to childhood memories, but this is a more recent story. So after San Diego Comic-Con, some of the exclusives went up on websites. So I was trying to get Once a Man Cobra Commander G.I. Joe Classified. So I get on there not knowing the demand of G.I. Joe Classified Cobra Commander, because I listen to these toy reviewers tell me how it's not really a item that everybody wants. It'll be up, you'll be able to get it easily. So I get on there, Cobra Commander's available, put Cobra Commander in a cart, and then I'm like a greedy guy. I'm like, you know, what else can I grab while I'm here? Then I saw Darth Maul and the Speeder. I was like, let me jump on both of these to get two San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. So I threw him in the cart, so I'm leisurely checking out. I get to the checkout, and the checkout was like 119 bucks, and I'm thinking like, that was a little high, but I'm like, whatever, I got the figures. So I get an alert saying confirmation of the figures. You know, I just open it up to kind of like shine, like, yeah, I got the set, I got Cobra Commander, I got Darth Maul, you know, mission accomplished. And then when I open it up, I purchased two Darth Mauls, and I know a lot of people said the site was glitching, there's a whole lot of stuff going on. I was pissed. I didn't get a Cobra Commander at all. You know, many times as he popped up, I still didn't get one. They had the nerve to put two Darth Mauls in my cart. And like I said, I heard there was a lot of glitches going on, but I got so mad I canceled the entire order. But then I rethought it a couple days later. I'm like, I ain't hurt nobody. Hasbro don't care. You know, I wanted the Darth Maul. I went ahead, got the Darth Maul. Here it is. Here we are. All right, let's take a quick look at the box so we can get it open. Again, it's done in the original release colors of the Sith, Darth Maul with the red little burst out of there. The Star Wars Done and Go Episode 1. Doesn't say Phantom Menace on it anywhere. I don't think so. Darth Maul and Speeder, warning, ages 4 and up. We got Hasbro. We got 25 years, Episode 1. There's the Phantom Menace. It's just very small. Side panel has Darth Maul with a very determined look on his face. On Tatooine, it says 6-inch scale articulated figure. Entertainment inspired vehicle design. I mean, what does that mean? It's not quite up to scale. It's just entertainment inspired. Back of the box, same thing. The reverse of the box, we get a better look at Darth Maul on the Speeder on Tatooine when the probes have located Qui-Gon Jinn's location. Over here it reads, a deadly agile Sith Lord. Sinister Darth Maul is a formidable warrior and scheming mastermind. Was he really? He wields an intimidating double-bladed lightsaber and the power of the dark side. Ordered by Darth Sidious to destroy Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi, the deadly Darth Maul uses his crescent-shaped repulsor lift vehicle, the Sith Speeder, to carry out his mission on Tatooine. And over here it continues on. We have the Sith Speeder does not use weapon shields or sensors. Instead, it achieves Hawk-like speed. They got Hawks in the Star Wars universe. Hawk-like speed. I guess they got Falcons, so they got Hawks too. Hawk-like speed, incredible maneuverability with its potent repulsor lift engine. This one-person craft is Maul's preferred mode of transportation. Side panel, more of the same. So let's get Darth Maul open and see if he was worth the hassle. One probe droid. We saw 3 in the movie. Binoculars. And no Darth Maul is complete without the double-bladed crimson red lightsaber. Let's plug it in now. Let's do it. This concludes the unboxing portion of the video. I have been absolutely dying for a Darth Maul 6-inch Black Series figure in my collection, and finally having it, the speeder and everything. Let me get my nitpick out of the way right now. Maybe it might even be a complaint. The stand. The stand, it functions cool, right? But why didn't they use this completely translucent clear plastic that they used on the probe droid stand for the speeder stand? I mean, it just is. I mean, when you see it, it's just, I mean, it serves its function, but it's like, it's just super foggy and cloudy and plastic. Speaking of which, let's check out the articulation on it. He can go back. It's on a ball joint. Rotate all around. Full 360. Everything you need, and it's stable. Alright, let's bring the Sith speeder a little bit closer. I thought this little speeder was going to be a little bit undersized. Looking at it in the box, I thought the little headrest, or what I thought was a headrest thing, would meet with Darth Maul's head, but apparently, just like in this little video clip, it's at the center of his back. The only real difference is it's a little bit darker in the video clip. It could be just the clip I pull, but not counting the stand, the Sith speeder has one point of articulation. It's the handlebars. They move in unison down and up. The speeder itself has some weathering on it. Let's take a look. A little bit of line work too. Some paint apps going on. Dirt, scuffing. A couple marks on the front of the speeder. He's driven it before. It's not his first time. All the way around. Looks pretty good. On the back of the speeder we have a couple paint apps. This is like a light green and some gunmetal gray in there. And of course the control panel right there. A few buttons and the two monitors. A main monitor and a monitor off to the side. So yeah, I like it. It's a little undersized, but I do like it. I don't want to take them off the darn thing, but we're going to have to. So let's get him off. Take his hands off the handlebars. His feet were pegged in at the bottom. And we can get a little bit better look at the Sith speeders. A little bit more weathering. Dirt right there on that side and this side right here. I think his legs was blocking it. And you can see the molded in fabric material for the seat cushion. I mean, he's rolling in style. This is Sith Corinthian leather right there. Molded in detail. And again, a little bit of a paint app on it. Yeah, this thing looks very, very cool. Happy to have it. Now for Darth Maul. Let's get this guy standing up. I mean, I hope the articulation is there. Everything else looks cool. The robe looks cool. It's doing what it should do so far out of the box. And bring him closer. We're going to take a look at the head first and foremost. We're going to have to take off the hood. Check out that Zabrak face. Looks fantastic. My line work is good. Sith eyes in there, burning yellow. Nice, stern, serious look on his face. The horns popping out look good. Yeah, it looks very good. He's wearing his version of the Sith robe. The coolest thing about Maul's robe is very screen accurate, like totally. And I like the fact that it's thin. Normally you would think thin associated with cheap, but it is not. It's very functional. The fabric lays very well on the figure. It's like resting on his hood and over his spikes. I mean, they did a really good job. He has two little pins right here to keep it in place by his head to give you that hooded looks. Very well done all over. I don't have any snags or anything like that on the robe anywhere. It is very well done. I really like what they did with this. And on his wrist is I believe this is the communications or control band for the probe droids. This looks a little bit cheap, but it does have like a little dot of gold paint on it. For whatever reason in two different places. So I guess they put a little effort into it underneath the robe. But you know what? Let me see if we can just take this off and go from there. Is it snapped on? Is it a button? I don't know. I'm going to have to slide it off. See if I can carefully get this thing off. Easy enough. Alright, now that we have the robe off, the first thing that another little complaint of mine, like why if the bottom of his tunic is cloth, which I appreciate. I like that because of the articulation later on. Why not continue this little vest piece? I mean, it's just one little piece. It's a separate molded piece and it's like glued onto here. Why not just wrap a piece of cloth around there. I don't know, other than expenses or whatever. I know a lot of fans don't like the cloth, but I do, and they should have continued it. But back to what's here. A lot of molded in detail into the fabric, the plastic fabric of his outfit, the poofy sleeves. It's all black plastic, so like no paint apps at all. Then we get the soft goods down here. Underneath his pants, legs are molded plastic. Some nice detail wrinkles in there. Coming down to his boots, we got a little strap buckle right there on one side. Looks like a shin guard on his boots. Strap right there, and a strap and a buckle down here. Same thing over there. Nice molded in detail in Maul's outfit. So let's take a look at Maul's articulation, because we're going to need it if he's going to do all that acrobatic Sith Lord stuff. Maul can look up this far, down this far. See if we can get his neck to actually move. Okay, side to side, 360. Arms and shoulders, 360 on that joint. He has a hinge in here that allows the arm to rock in and out. He has an elbow swivel right here. No bicep swivel. I believe they didn't want to break up the scope of the poofy sleeve, but it does what it needs to do. Elbow bend this much. Maul's wrist, 360. And he has an up and down hinge on his wrist. No ab articulation in this acrobatic guy. I think he really needs it. The tuck and flip, but no ab articulation. In fact, this little chunk down here feels very bulky, but it will rock side to side. 360. Now his legs, full split out of the Sith, and some general rotation out of that. Thigh swivel, full 360. Coming to his well-hitting knee joint underneath the wrinkles right there. Get that much out of it, hoping for a little bit more. He has a boot cut, and it's like cut into the wrinkles, and it's kind of hard to swivel. I can force it more, but I'm not going to. It is there, just letting you know it's there. His foot rocks to the front ever so slightly, to the back a little bit more, and we get some side to side, plenty of side to side. So that is Darth Maul's articulation. When we first see Maul, he has one giant saber hilt, and I've been trying to get these blades out. I'm sure they detach, but they're not coming out easy, and I don't want to force it and break it, so we're going to get the whole thing in his hand. Yeah, and I'm not waiting to the photo shoot to get some poses out of this guy. I mean, you have to have Maul flipping and somersaulting and scrapping and fighting the Jedi. He was giving Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan all they can handle. I wish they gave us two. Like one entire hilt that does not come apart, so this right here doesn't happen, and then a separate one for like obviously where Obi-Wan chopped it in half. Like, was it two? Was it like a dual wield blade before Obi-Wan chopped it, or was it meant to be just one giant staff? I always wondered that, like, did he just get lucky and one side was still working, and what's preventing him from picking up the other side if one side still worked? No, I just got to get these blades out of here. I'm going to get some hot water, heat them up, and see if I can pull the blade out and come right back. All right, mission accomplished. I got the blades out, and I had to heat it up because I've broken off these little tips before inside, and then it's difficult to get the little tip out of there and then find a replacement blade, and I didn't want to go through all that. But here we go. I thought it was just one piece in the original movie, and he got lucky with one side still being functional and continued to fight Obi-Wan after it was chopped in half, but it has a little bit of red paint on it. But here we go. I'm gonna put the blade back in. I mean, it doesn't want to go in, and maybe I'm just afraid I'm going to break it. Okay, and this is how it looks when we first get a good look at the hilt when Qui-Gon Jinn escapes on Tatooine. And I remember thinking like, wow, that is an unusual hilt. And then later on in the movie, we found out it was a double-bladed lightsaber. It's cool this way, and it's cool double-bladed as well. Next up are the binoculars he was using to search for Qui-Gon and the others on Tatooine. It is the same silver gray plastic used for the hilts. We got a little bit of a red and black spot of paint used for some buttons for the binoculars. Now, I have serious doubts that he's going to be able to hold this in front of his face with two hands. I've been wrong before. I'll be happily wrong if it works. Uh-oh, it's working so far. Let's get it up. Hold on. And here we go. Wow. So happy that worked out. I might actually display it for a short term on the shelf like this. As far as I know, there's nowhere to store these binoculars on his belt or anything, or even lightsaber storage. Did he ever store it? Where did he pull it from? You know what I mean? Like, did he just have it in his hand? Oh wait, there is a notch. We do have lightsaber storage, I do believe. And let's check it out. Right when I was making fun of Maul, there is lightsaber storage. Check out this side. We got another one. Nope. This little port right here is too small to actually stay in there. You can like push it in, but it's not gonna stay. Darth Maul last accessory is the probe droid on a super transparent stand. Let's see if it comes off. Notice on the ball joint, yep, it pops right off of there. I wonder if I can like swap that out. But here's the probe droid. Not one drop of paint on it. They could have put a little bit of like metal shaving weathering on it, just a little bit. Really soft antenna right here. Not have to worry about breaking off. Really cool design of this little probe droid in the movie. It was pretty awesome. He had 3 of them. We only get 1. I guess you only really need 1. You're not searching the sands of Tatooine. Actually, would have loved some paint though. It's time to give Darth Maul the Sith up and the rundown. Also from the Black Series, here is Darth Vader and Emperor Palpatine. From one powerful servant to another, here is Frankie, Herald of Galactus, and the Silver Surfer. Reppin' G.I. Joe Classified is Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes. And you know I gotta get some Transformers in here. Here's Generation 1 Astro Train and his counterpart Blitzwing. Alright, for the last size up on this rundown, I want to get him next to the live action Ray Park. Let's have some fun. Let's give Darth Maul the size up and run down rider style. Here is with Master Universe Classics Prince Adam on Sky Sled, G.I. Joe Classified Pentor Air Chariot, and the Ghost Rider Marvel Legends. We have come to the end of another episode of George Reviews, and now comes the part where I sum up everything I spent the entire review telling you. You know, I honestly can't think of a thing that they didn't include for Darth Maul from episode 1 Phantom Menace. You get the speeder, you get the probe droid, maybe could have used 2, but you get at least 1 probe droid, you get the binoculars, you get the remote control device on his wrist, you get the removable robe, you get the double-bladed lightsaber that blades detach and separates into 2 pieces. I mean, that's everything we saw this guy have and do in the Phantom Menace. In my opinion, this set is a 9 out of 10. The only things I really didn't like were the stand for the Sith speeder, the fact that it was kind of foggy when they used a better translucent plastic on the probe droid stand, and that was kind of a weird choice. Maul could have used the ab crunch, but that wasn't a deal breaker. And now for the things I wish they had done, I wish we had got a second hilt for Darth Maul that didn't separate into 2 pieces, because trying to pose Maul around and keep the sword together while holding a double grip was a bit of a hassle. And those blades, it was really hard. If you get this, you got to be careful plugging in the lightsabers to the hilt, because mine was trying to bend on me without heating it up. I mean, I see this thing just breaking. So I guess that's a little bit of a QC issue. The scouting binoculars he had was very cool. Only thing I would have wanted, I could add to this set if I could have, was a secondary head with a more angry expression on it. He didn't really give us a lot of facial expressions in the Phantom Menace, but that would have been cool. Oh, and a big thing. It would have been nice, and this is just me wishing, if he could have had a separating torso so we could have Obi-Wan cut him in half. We are going to get a Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi 2-pack, a GameStop exclusive. I believe it drops in October. And if you don't care for this set and you don't want to spend the $49.99 and you don't really want the speeder, Darth Maul from the Phantom Menace is going to get a standard release without the speeder bike. So either way, you'll have a Darth Maul in your collection. So do you have it? Did you pick it up? Do you like it? Do you love it? Or do you think they could have did better? Let me know in the comments below. And that's all I have for you guys. Thank you, each and every one of you, for watching George Reviews, the reviews where every toy has a story.